Bum, 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 bum. Don't worry about that webcam shenanigan. That wasn't real. And I'll absolutely deny it if it's ever brought up. Don't worry about it. I know what you're fucking laughing at. I know what you think's the funniest shit in the world. Don't worry about it, okay? Hold on, I didn't finish writing out the title. I opened up OBS and was like, hey, your webcam's not working. You're like, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Let's finish writing this title. Okay, so never was a webcam. Oh, one of these days. One of these days that webcam's gonna disappear and you'll be like, oh, what happened? And we're like, because I didn't feel like it. Because I had a power outage and something broke. Which is true. Oh god, I was so frustrated. God, okay, so during all the storming, for like 2 seconds, my power went out, came back on, right? It's totally fine, it happens, but the thing that I use for like all of my extra like USB things just doesn't work anymore. So I had to revert to my old one, which is okay, but it has the better one had 6 and then the this one has 4. So I'm running on fewer than normal, which sucks. But then I'm like, so it's plausible, true. Well, I mean, it's not great, but it is fine. It just means that I have to deal with it, right? But that's just life, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oh god, I have. You know, it is finally my weekend, chat. After I clock out on Saturday, I don't go back to work until Wednesdays. It's my weekend now. Not for my job though. Fuck those guys. Ugh. Alright, so before we get into Danganronpa, well, I guess first and foremost, I'm going to give us some tunes to listen to. Here we go. Okay. So, come on. I'm solving the least sad murder of all time. Then what? Maybe I agree with the murder this time. Just saying. Alright, cool. You know, I'm not saying murder's okay, but I am saying you just go a little too loud. Not complaining. Streamer, the music's a little loud. Not complaining my ass, but I appreciate you telling me. Thank you, Improbable. Oh, okay. So I think today I wanted to go over something that I found this manga a while ago. Like it's been years since I originally discovered like this manga, and to be quite honest, I've like went through it and I've tried to read many chapters of it, but ultimately I just don't know what it's really about, because like this it does a lot more of like show don't tell, and you just will not get what you need to get through it, right? Someone else has to explain a lot of it, but I think the art in this shit is absolutely stunning. This is Tsutomu Nihei's Blame. If you just go in on these things, it's just so much detail. The more you look at it, just the further you go in on it. Yes, and this is not the only manga that this person makes. They do a lot of others. But Blame is just really interesting. I think the way that the Tsutomu does like people is really interesting. You can tell this is like a humanoid. There's a person, very blocky and stuff. Oh gosh. And the way that they do like monsters is unparalleled. Like, fuck Berserk, fuck all of that. Blame is one of the most iconic as far as like monster designs. And the craziest thing is, like, you read it and you can go chapters. I went through 60 chapters of this manga, just like reading on my phone months ago. Just going through this manga. And like, I still don't know what it's about. I never figured out what it was like really about. I could have kept going, but Blame has just just part of like single panels, some of the most stunning designs. Innocent and Greenblood are just chef's kiss. I think Innocent is done by this same author. What does he do? No. Oh, maybe it's Noise that I'm thinking of. But like all of these different works that he does are just insane. Like truly bewildering. This is Blame. Oh, no, this person's art is like beyond like insane. Like this. And the crazy thing is like, okay, so this is just some shit that's all it says is it's been a while, Mr. President. This frame, I guarantee, has no context before and no context after. Like, undeniably, there's no context for anything that happens in this thing. It's insane. Like these people. I'm pretty sure you just don't even see these people more than a few times. There's no context. There's a human for scale with this massive thing. Yeah, and like that's one of the like really crazy things. Just like, this is just what it looks like. And you just go through it, right? You're flipping through pages, you're scrolling on your phone, just like, oh, another thing that's like the size of a castle that's honestly horrifying. Oh well. But like realistically, there's some stuff that's kind of explained throughout it, but no, so much of it's just like, meh. Look, you can either roll with the punches or not, but I didn't pay to read it, so maybe that's just what I get for not paying to read that shit. But you know, you did say Innocent and Greenblood. I'll go through this. I'll take this bait. You know, maybe high quality bait though. Fair. Innocent manga. Hepburn Ino-san from the French word. Written and serialized by Shinichi Sakamoto. Based on the Executioner Sansan. Can we get some art for it though? Here, we're gonna just Google search it and look up some images for it. This isn't horror, these are just homosexuals. For when you got better, I made a new Monsieur de Perry coat. /reference. Huh. Best part is they are homosexuals. Oh, really? Oh, the French men in these puffy coats were gay? Say it ain't so. What is this? What the fuck is this? Stick out a little tiny. They fucking buy Shonen if I bone apart. I mean, it's great, right? It just is. Okay, hold on. Look up green. I'll just come over here. Greenblood manga. With no context, a lot of the frames are hilarious. Oh, it's great. Grim Reaper. Oh, okay, so only because I'm seeing a gun with a knife on it, I'm gonna drop some Final Fantasy XIV lore on y'all for absolutely no other reason than I remember it. So, in Final Fantasy XIV, there are these people that wield gun blades. And they're part of like a whole class of society, right? And they have gun blades. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. You need magic to use them. You use magic and you shoot it out, and that's the gun, and there's also a blade on it, right? So it's like, oh yeah. Gun blade. See, it's totally its own thing. So there's also these this faction or a society, right? It's a whole empire. They're called the Garleans. Now, Garleans are people that are completely unable to use magic. It's a fucking sword with a gun. Gun blade. See? Gun blade. But with a gun, and it's just gun blade. Okay. Anyways, like, there's a whole chapter of society that's like, oh yeah, we use these things. And then the Garleans are like, oh, that's a really cool idea, but we can't shoot magic, so we can't use those. But that gun part was a really neat idea, so they made guns. So in the world of Final Fantasy XIV, gun blades were invented before guns were. This is the predecessor to a gun in this world. Like, before the blade was thrown on, someone was just tinkering in a factory. It's like, Now this sword, hey, it's got something to it, but let's just put this gun-like apparatus on it. And I haven't named that thing yet, but fuck it. And then the other society is like, well, we can't use magic, which normally rules out guns, but we do like the guns, so let's figure something out with those. And then they figured out guns. So canonically, they're a subset. Everything comes from gun blades. But blades, no. Blades are their own thing, and they have plenty of whatever. They are already made. They're using a magic powder to make it work. How do you know about cerulean? Excuse you, how did you know about magic gasoline? Who's teaching you these things? That's not what I need. I need... You're being corrupted. Don't you do it. Don't you go down that pipeline. That's not something you need to be worried about. My membership is expiring. Well, it's yet to expire, so I'm good. Out here corrupting my audience. Where's it put the cerulean? Corrupted from the very beginning. Oh, cringe. Cringe.
Danganronpa.
It fucking blows my mind every time I load into this game, because I swear I think it's making no sound at all. It's just no sound, and I just have to deal with that shit, and the first thing it says is Danganronpa to me every time. So scary. I'm a man with many technical problems. This is not something I want to also have to deal with. Oh. Hey, Nagito. Okay, so where we last left off, Nagito has died. He threatened to blow up the entire island to find who the traitor was, and in doing so, has perished. Oh, this is an oil light. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It looks like the fire did extensive damage here. The oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
Somebody probably wanted to keep warm. Yes,
Bring it on.
Is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Yeah, Sonya,
Well?
you tell them. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone let go of them. And water won't
Which
put it
means?
out. So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. It caused a fire to destroy evidence. Who? We don't know the Sonya's it yet. Although it is fairly reasonable to be heard. Oil lighter has been added to the truth section. Look, I'm just saying, she wasn't here at the time of death, okay? It's probably so. She's extremely sus. Incredibly sus. Fire grenade? Looks like a bunch of plastic bombs. This is probably... Oh, right. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. I hate that they're called fire grenades. It still frustrates me, because I feel like they're supposed to start fire, not stop it. They weren't actually useful in the end. You know, because the fire. Chiaki, close your mouth. You look stupid. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, the evidence really isn't all that strange. Did I talk to you about it? I feel like I haven't. Gundam's killing and for movements. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What? The autopsy? The time. It looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written about a proof file the time that was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what would we do? No, right now.
It's time!
He's a clock! It's time! It also has a clock function. I would love a little clock that just said, it's time, in Nakamaru's voice. Listen, that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. That recently? He's totally a fresh kill. What? You were here. You were in the building. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? Well, with the fireworks, but yes.
All right!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. See, so this is like the dangerous thing, right? Is that nobody really was with Nagito for a while. So it's very plausible that Nagito was just tied up with the spear dangling over him for hours. Because nobody was with him before we found him today. So it could be a lot, and the fire was just the mechanism at which we dropped the spear. Prime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time.
All right!
Whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bomb is suspicious. None of us have an alibi? That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yes, I can't. Okay, Fuyika?
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Countdown after we lived through the class trial. Chiaki? She's deep in thought. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? What is it, girl?
Yep.
About that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out.
Well?
You can see a girder right next to it, right?
See?
Do you see the red streak? Yeah, the bloody streak. See, that's what I don't understand. Yeah, you're right, I definitely see it. Looks like a small red line on the ceiling.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? The color definitely looks like blood. A hot pink. There's no way blood can get up there, right? Unless it's in a straight line. I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. Ooh, it's definitely strange. I should remember this. Blood on the girder has been added. Oh, it's definitely quite weird. I guess that's enough investigating. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito, there should have been another reason. That they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth. Take a look at like the student is not lucky after all. Hello, Ionis. I do not think he was very lucky at the end of the day. So what was the reason? Do any of us need to explain the reason for wanting to kill Nagito? He fucking sucked. I hated him at the end of his life. He threatened to blow up the island. Or investigate other areas. Alright, let's go around the warehouse. He's looking through the MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into. Oh, this was for the Ave Maria shit we heard last time. What is this here?
maybe...
What does that make him feel about his death? I think it was orchestrated and that Sonya did it. Those are my two things that I'm confident of right now. It was Sonya, and that she orchestrated the entire thing. And the music was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, it was his Ave Maria moment that was probably played to, like, muffle his sounds of struggle. He gets busted from getting drenched. No mistaking it, it was playing. That's weird. Why is the killer playing music? Maybe they just like their tunes. Oh, hold on. I haven't checked on my pet in some time. We have our dominoes. Tipped over motor candles. The panel near the curtain at the back is tipped over and burned. Where they scattered last time, it seems to recall. Who did they want? They were put away neatly. Yeah, well, they were like stacked up like dominoes. Was that used to start the fire? Maybe we're the ones who made this mess.
See?
The tipped over panel by the entrance is close to the door. So the reason the panel's tipped over. Yeah, because we opened up the door and then the fire started? The boiling temperature of a bear? You know, I hadn't really considered that. Well, I don't know. You use fake numbers, so I'll never understand. It's not open. Something blocking it. Good try. Seriously, just stop it. Nah, we were pretty alright with Akane dying. Ignore the protest and kick the door. Who's my favorite character? I very much like Chiaki. Okay, out of living characters right now, Chiaki's probably the top of the list. Hajime's probably at the bottom of the list. She's Minimaru, she can't die right now. True. It acts like a second life, I assume. I guess Minimaru is enjoyable. Fuihiko, yeah, I enjoy him. Out of every character, I like Ibuki a lot. Ibuki's very fun. Let's have one.
Hey.
Who's your favorite character? Hey, They tipped over starting from the entrance and the back, and the line on top of each other. Tip each other over. And that lines up right with the line. That's right. We can speculate when this is done. Celeb? Oh yeah, she was pointing. Of course she was. It mattered for Gundam's killing. Oh my god.
Hey!
Not you again. What's this? A bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Apparently they contain Monokuma's poetry and photos. The sprinklers completely soaked them. I can't even turn the pages. Miss it much. Rude, Hajime. Rude. All these CDs, they're copies of Monokuma's music. These should have been burned too. That's not fair. Just because you don't like the smooth stylings of Monokuma, the Kama himself.
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Countdown, I can live through it. Oh, Kazuichi. I did say I was gonna friggin' kill him. There's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset. Oh, you were upset, and now he's dead. So just focus on investigating. Which reminds me, I have something I need to ask. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating his body... Sonya, do you have it? What is it? I want to talk to you about the fake bomb Nagito set at the warehouse.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this. All right, it is not a bomb. You will make us unconscious. Her music was good. She waked us up. Why did you know the bombs were a fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, Why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the Central Island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory. Where were you and what were you doing here?
Oh my! It cannot be!
Do you suspect me? Am I sus, Hajime? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Like you, Toxic X, I'm back. Witch Queen, there's nothing toxic about you except for all the vor. It's too spot on. I think it's not her. I think it's a great setup for her, but I'm sticking with it. Nah, first pick, best pick. It's her. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch. Oh, she's just saying all of the curses she found. Sonia.
I am sorry!
I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. Are we? I'm great. You mother shitter? Quite literally. Okay, why were you at the military base? What do I know about the Future Foundation? It's a foundation about the future. That's about as far as I've gotten with them. We haven't been inside of anything, really. Where I am at in the series, I have finished the first game, and I'm this far through the second game. I have known nothing outside of that. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there.
Well?
You were on, by the way. I was just getting ready for stream. Were you getting your snacks ready? Collecting all of your food? At first I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone, so I kept silent the whole time. Oh, that's so good and probable. I know you don't sleep, and I know which ones don't sleep either. Can I get a single sleepy bitch in here? Hey, Ilama, are you sleepy? Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate
That
them?
is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered.
Please listen!
It's in the game, you know when you're supposed to, I guess. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out the bombs were fake? I attempted to use one of them. When were you gonna say anything about it?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. Canceling tomorrow, a full week, no snack report? Aw, sad. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin. Oh gosh. I ate sweet and sour chicken. I homemade sweet and sour chicken.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Cringe, Sonia. Also, hi, Lovely.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
You mother
See.
shit.
So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
Well, you know what? Some weeks are like, hope it ends up well.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. Okay, hold on. Nagito did not know that those bombs were fake. He was fully prepared to wipe this fucking island off the map. Nagito never knew that these bombs were just fireworks. I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Oh yeah, he was just able to do that. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But that might have been his plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set up were real. Wait, so if he did know, okay, his actions were extremely calculated. What's this reason for doing? With this, I have explained
Do you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. Oh, it's so good. He got the short end of the stick on that one. You're right. I got it. Thank you, Sonia. You're so helpful. Alright, anyone else? No? Alright, cool.
Hold it.
You look worried. I almost blew up an hour ago. I'm a little on edge.
Well,
He wanted to. Well, no, it was extremely calculated. I hope the viewers appreciate this. I will agree. At a time like this, it might be good if you broadened your investigation range. Investigate other places? That was my next step, yes. There are several things I've been wondering. The military base and the plushie factory. Nezumi Castle and Nagito's room. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about them. There are others who've already finished investigating.
can you hear me?
Is it about time we leave? Maybe? Everyone
I
left.
I see.
I'm pretty sure the others are too fucking stupid. I'd like to make amends. You have nothing to make amends for, Witch Queen, I promise you.
Huh?
Investigating and trial? Yeah, I'd like to get through both of them
Yep.
tonight. You don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all the
Ah.
Yes.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas, we'd have to give up completely. Well, I know what the alternative is.
Hey!
Is it okay that we leave? It's okay? Yes, Minimaru, it's okay. There's no time for us to stand around. There's no other way except to. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. And it is likely someone that I have spoken to recently. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Okay. Let's check out the factory. The last victim carried previous trials? Oh. Nah, fuck him. He was really annoying. Fuck Nagito, I don't care. He deserved to die. I wouldn't even put the person to death for their execution here. The bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks, which reminds me, it looks like it came from the military base. He must have brought it. Other than that, there's nothing particular that catches my eye. Where's the laptop? What's laptop go? When we saw his video, I got that L ratio. Oh, I'm glad he's gone. Is he watching this? How did he time the message up so perfectly? The video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless detonator. Why did he have to use a video message? It seems like he knew he was dying if he set the video message up. Okay. He should have already been killed, which means the video is recorded in advance. Besides the video, there might be data on this that can use as a clue. I tried messing around with it, but I'm no Chiagi / alter ego from last game. It's no use, it's locked, there's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. I thought of something Nagito was the ultimate lucky student and he wanted to out the traitor. What if he managed to somehow use his luck to have the traitor kill him? Maybe? I hate it for all the madness. For his hope. No wonder he's super crazy. I fucking didn't like him because he caused too much chaos. He was Joker brain and I got tired of it. That's why I didn't like him. Let's look at all the manufacturing equipment. That's an enormous machine, but it stopped for now. Well, I feel like his ultimate lucky would like... I feel like his ultimate lucky is what saved his right hand at first before it was stabbed. It's an enormous machine, but it stopped. Big complaint. Also, yes, hello, Celestial Bird. The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside the doll's basket, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. If there aren't any clues, could there perhaps be a free plushie for me? I've never seen so many Monokumas in my life! Monokuma isn't exactly something.
However...
I was staring at all these Monokumas in the product room. Uh-huh.
Well?
The bomb. He's jiggling. The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here.
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. She's blushing and she says amazing. Why?
All right!
Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. There was a bomb. Wouldn't it explode if we messed with
Easy
it?
as pie!
It's all gravy. What does it mean?
Enough already!
There's no bomb.
Hey,
You'll know if you just pick me up. See, all you do is feel the soft weight of cotton.
I see.
You're squeezing him, feeling the squeaking. Well, all right.
However...
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
Is Monokuma bomb placed on the nuclear body to defuse food? Yes, genuinely. But it's connected to Nagito's birthday and birth month from Japanese or Chinese culture. I did not know that. I didn't know his birthday or birth month. I didn't do that much digging.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fake.
Please wait!
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, if I could apply it, it would foreshadow that a killing was going to happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel that the bomb wasn't from the military base or the factory, and he brought it from the octagon?
Well done.
You have a good eye there, Sonia. Put the bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a fun time. Let's try it.
That is...
Why? I don't want to try this. Did I say something I should not have? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Why does this entire series actually make people exploding look funny as shit? Because I remember Toko blowing up.
Short King?
Wow.
No. Rat King.
Excuse me, is that the Dark Davids of Destruction? Which one are you? No, I don't believe that 4 hamsters can share an account. I need 4 accounts. Which one are you? Hello, Dark Davids of Destruction. Welcome in. Oh, okay, hold on. It's them. It's the them then. What's she back? Did I not get everything here? Hold on, let's go back to the back. You can always do the birth. Well, yeah, okay, so. Because Ale has taught us this very important fact. Nagito's birthday is April 28th? Why is that luck? I cried yet to accuse Gundam? Well, didn't he do it though? Wait, chapter 4. Was chapter 4 Gundam? No, chapter 5 was. Breaking on the other side of it. No, this is chapter 5. Chapter 4 was Gundam. Yeah, he was just becoming, like, part of the group, and though cringy, was actually a very good character. We're on chapter 5. Look. I'm tired sometimes, okay? There's nothing in there. Right? Okay. If I can leave, then I'm good. But yeah, I was just starting to like Gundam a lot. We've been inside the push factory in the warehouse. Let's try outside. Our friend just died. Military. Let's see. regardless of whether you sacrifice Kyoko or yourself, Monokuma rules either verdict in the first game. Well, yeah, you had either the good ending or the awful ending. In Japanese, number 4 means death, 28 means wealth, therefore his luck is changing from bad to good. From bad to good luck, and both of them in the extreme. Oh, wow, that's actually super interesting. I didn't know that. The dancing look? What happened to your dancing look? Did someone not give you a sub to that Hawaii streamer? The bombs were fake. This might be fake too. I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Where's Celestia when you need her? Sonya in this game. Huge supply of guns and other firearms and stuff from the truck.
Whoa!
Found it! And what did you find?
Huh?
Well, the truck bed has guns, but also a survival knife. Oh, just like in his hand.
Maybe.
Gumatapa, I just saw it. If we have an opportunity, I will grab it. I have one complaint with that chapter. Why the fuck does Alter Ego save you but not Kyoko? Because Kyoko has a super secret special thing that she's doing, and Alter Ego doesn't. Alter Ego's effectively dead. But Kyoko has some shit she needs to do. She's a killer.
All right!
So the killer is someone who visited the base at least once. But everyone. Not me. This is the first time I've ever been here. X2 down. Thank you, Richard. Secret door.
I knew you could do it.
Tried looking in the truck bed, but it's empty. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed which meant Sun was telling the truth.
However,
Bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the base, but they weren't found. Could not be Sonya because she knew Naruto's bomb was a firecracker? I am fully on the Sonya bandwagon. But did Nagito know the bombs were real? No, he said as much in his video message. Did he? Were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there were enough bombs to blow up the... Oh, no, he did. He did. Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. But a guy like me could hotwire a truck, set up the bomb to a scanner, and then if you didn't do it right, it just firecracked. He only did what he did to lead out the traitor. But is that really it? Did he only do that for exposing the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive. Look, the only people that we know are good right now is Chiaki and ourselves. Everyone else could still be the traitor, but we know Chiaki's mom. It's the helicopter. The one that executed Terror. It's got nothing to do with this one. No, just a big sword. We've seen what we need to see. So it's the plushie factory, so I still need to go to Nagito's room and one up. Sussy? Never. I've never once been sussy in my entire life. Who's at the hotel? She had to go to the military base when she was tasked with searching. She has done very sus things. Oh, hi, Chiaki. You're in my way. Fight. I'm annoyed. Why? I'm annoyed. Why? I want to investigate Nagito's cottage, but I'm annoyed. I don't understand. You can't investigate it? Maybe I should try investigating it. Guys, so she's being like super subtle about this, but I think Chiaki might be a little annoyed. Any new deaths? Nagito has died. Nagito has been murdered. We're supposed to go to the Museum of Castle. Oh, that's it's locked. Apparently. Just Nagito? Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy he's dead. Also, hello, guys. Welcome. Get inside. I'm annoyed. There's nothing I can do but investigate other areas. I'm gonna look for Monokuma. Maybe heal him.
Yep.
Okay, well, she's annoyed, I'm annoyed, it's time to go to Nizumi Castle. Balloons Pizza. Who doesn't enjoy a nice slice of big pizza pie that's amore? Is the moon hitting your eye, Drex? Oh, the spear isn't here. You don't get the reference. Is the moon hitting my eye? Yes, when the moon hits your eye, that's a big pizza pie, that's amore. Culture, my friend, culture. Look at that wall of spears. I guess we know where the weapon came from. Yes, it's the wall of spears. I'm talking about the music. Why are you throwing a party, Drex? Baby in the chat room. Spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. Now you did luckily, yes. Spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cords attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end.
Also,
Right. I'm no baby? That's what baby says. It looks like one of the spears is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. Insert Monokuma. Oh no. Well, why did the killer use the spear in the night?
well, yeah.
Who searched Island 4? Oh, that's a good question, Witch Queen. It's been a week. Who did search Island 4? It wasn't. It was us. Dude, don't say sussy for that. We were the one that did that one. Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife and it would have been easier. There's no way a spear like this, with this unnecessary cord, would be easy to use. It's hard, but real. But they chose this spear. But what could the reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. Guys, I'm so speepy. Come on. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before, as if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after death. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Let's go. Central. But did Sonia really search Central? But did she?
What's this?
You want to go inside Nagito's room?
Hajime.
Maybe.
What are you gonna do?
She's listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door because she really needs in. She begged me while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that. I didn't. Why was that? Why did you decide to say that? Well, then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black beans. We don't have the time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the door.
Fine, fine.
What, these armpit bar flowers? Because he's a little stuffed bear. Doesn't your stuffed bear do that? I have no choice. I gotta do that, right?
Now then. Ba-ba-ba-loose! Bye-bye!
I open the door. You can really investigate. That's his elbow? I don't know. It's my first time seeing that, but why is the door open with a spell?
Perhaps.
It could be computerized, or Monokuma could have magic like Monomi used to.
Hey, hey.
In Central Island 1? No, direct. So Central Island, and then in like a star, each other island juts off of that, and we stay on Island 1. Let's go inside. Trigger warning on stream. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, trigger warning on stream. You have 5 seconds to close your eyes. Title? Okay. No? Okay. Well, that's what the warning's for. On title. installing leads to set. There you go. The title now currently, or now what trial has self-harm? Okay, well currently there is a trigger warning in the title. As well as me fishing for rats. Huh? What was he thinking inside this room? It's weirder that it's normal. Like, for the most part. Is it Monomi's? Maybe. Wanting to see absolute hope, coming to despair. But no matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird the past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue that might be hidden here as well. Like, the fact that it's not insane in here, like, it would be more normal to have, like, concrete floor and walls in here than to just be another normal cabin. Also, Monokuma. Fancy-looking treasure box covered with sparkling. Could this be... Let me know if you find my treasure. It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. I may have that.
Perhaps.
That treasure box. Oh, do you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she's great. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If this is here, then that means the thief Monomi was talking about was not. Why would he steal this? Could I have a little box? Yeah, sometimes. In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
But this is dangerous and not our box. I don't think it's Slytherin, but I definitely have no idea what that signet is supposed to be. What was a C? Maybe. It's a big C for Chiaki. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue. If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Momo. Turn back toward the treasure box and cautiously open the door. Inside, there's a notebook. And this is Usami's general purpose notebook. Why is a notebook inside the treasure box? Should have been leaping through it. Aww. There's a flip book that's just her drawings and what happened today. Aww. It contains sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that look like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. This is a diary? Monomi, right? She just had her diary in a chest? I mean, understandable. Why would he steal this, though? These pictures and entries totally suit her. Day 3, day 4, day 5, page after page, poorly written entries continued in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled page 16. Ooh, Fuihigo, very high. Ooh. Day 16, we've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go to the final bedroom today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
Hey.
What, is something happened? Nothing.
Stop it!
Don't look at my diary. Try Kane Kazuichi? I don't think it could be a Kane, but I could see Kazuichi perhaps. Kazuichi 74, see, that's what I'm talking about, but I don't think a Kane would be very high. Out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook.
I won't forgive you!
I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I had come by any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the
No!
betrayal. I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
The notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Kane's too stupid to do something like this. To orchestrate something like this, yes. I definitely think she has murder in her, but to do something as elaborate, I don't think so. It seems that way.
Ta-da!
That's right. This is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written.
Hey!
You're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere.
Why you?
It's no good to lie, you know. Hmm? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. Monomi can't write. Monomi can't write? Gee, what are you saying? I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong.
No, you can't, because you have no fingers. That's why?
Phew.
Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way, too.
What?
Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey!
So what is it? That Akane was possibly grafted as the rival instead of Nagito? Really? Chucky's slapping Akane doesn't feel the same as Aoi slapping BK. That's fair. You're seriously trying to crush me?
What are you saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. I don't know why this is getting Game of Thronesy, but is Monokuma true? Hmm? He said you couldn't write. Is that right? If so, who wrote this? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it? Excuse me! You bitch. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again. Did I notice that? At least 2 at this point. The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time trying to get answers. But still, I really wanted her to ask her about a notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. This notebook has been added to the truth bullet section. A little shower Kuma? A little wet Kuma?
No.
He's got a mini fridge? There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Nice, my cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. The fact that one fridge and refrigerator does or does not have a D in it is frustrating. Fridge does, but refrigerator doesn't. It freaks me out. I don't know why. Probably just supplied it himself. How did he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator? Did he really enjoy cold drinks? It's like, oh, I opened the refrigerator. I didn't know this. Oh no. Wait, everyone hates English? No, everyone hates English because white people speak it. Because fucking British people originated it, that's why. And that's deserved. Sakura got mad at Toko for... No, Aoi and Aoi got mad at Miku for Sakura. Look, it was an amazing love triangle, okay? So there really isn't much inside except for Monokuma's special poison for poison use only. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he's stocked very much. That bottle clearly isn't a drink. I think that's some kind of dietary supplement. Maybe protein read, please read. Took it out and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is... It looks like it's poison. Poison? Yeah, there's a warning label on the back. Just examine it for more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Poison specifically chosen to kill Nagito. Nagito's poison. Exactly. But he says powder? I don't know. I genuinely do not understand, because it... Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm gonna get nervous. I'm gonna drop this powder that's definitely a liquid. Grab the bottle with my trembling hand. Why would you use a trembling hand, Hajime? And began reading the warning label on the back. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It is Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. Is an idiot. No, my jack arm! Is it a liquid or powder? The last time they said something was a powder, it was in Trigger Happy Havoc, and it was a powder because they mentioned how awful it was to dry swallow the powder. so it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place. Liquid. Okay, they specify it is a liquid. Keep it secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. Dehydrated liquid? It's a very sad liquid. Where did he get something?
Well?
What could apply to the bomb he used? Apply to the bomb?
See?
Yes, where did he get the bomb, Nagito? The octagon inside the funhouse. Him getting into that one room has only led to problems. Poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last trial. It's kind of important to remember the contents if they remind you. Oh, thank you. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the trial? How dangerous. What would have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? And then exploded? He had a bomb and a bottle? Look, you have a prison wallet for a reason, and I'm just saying Nagito was prepared to go the distance. Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
He already blew up the bomb he took with him in the lobby, but what about the poison?
See?
Looks like the bottle is less than half empty. What is this? Was it like this from the beginning, or did he use it? And if so, where? I wonder if there's still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet. That is very unnerving. Another trap.
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using the poison before he died? That actually exists to be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on the island. I will allow his ass. What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you died? It takes a special kind of petty bitch to lay down a trap post-mortem just to keep fucking with people. My love is dead. I am sorry to say that I could not stand Nagito near the end of his life. Sunflowers, I gotta tell you, he was getting on my nerves. It's the bed.
Hey.
Is there something hidden under the bed? It's the usual place for hiding things. Maybe he stumbled upon the poison in the bomb. Yeah, he could have. He went there. I don't know what he did there besides grab 3 things and did. Maybe like 4. Well, he should still check, just in case. Okay. I peeked under the bed and, oh, there is something here. It's a plastic bag and there's something inside. Okay, so there's a gas mask and gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? Yes. He was hiding them under the bed. What did he use it for? I would have to assume working with the poison.
Hajime.
Was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. There's a small piece of paper made out of blue. Okay, a piece of paper made out of blue aluminum is not a piece of paper. It is a piece of aluminum. A round, thin piece of aluminum. Huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. Chiaki, a mayo queen. Rest in peace, Nagito. He was a mayo king. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait. Time out.
Not the mayo? Definitely the mayo. What if it's paper aluminum colored? Huh? What? I don't know how to read that. Like, you're shit-talking me, but like, I don't know how. What if it's paper aluminum colored? I hate Nagito? Sunflowers, why? Why do you hate Nagito? I thought you loved him. I thought he was your fave. Were you gaslighting me this entire time? A piece of blue paper has been added to the truth section. Books and other mysterious items. The genre and types are also random. I can't make any sense of it. That's random. All possessions to him, yeah? I hate him. Would I destroy everything so I could be with him? Yes, of course. The shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. I may have gay manga on my wall. I definitely don't know much about Naruto just by looking at this. Well, I mean, it'd be difficult to go through all of it. Should we ignore it?
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Why do I have... It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here. Yeah, there might be. I'll leave this shelf to you. And before first game murderers are so practical as hanging. Side and walk toward this shelf. Yeah, they were more practical. These have a little more silliness. One by one, I started removing the various books and items and examining them. But even as I examined them carefully, they were still a bunch of random books and items. See, I'm curious as to what the third game is gonna have. Like, cause we're just like upping the ante every game. Is the third game just gonna have some crazy shit? Like, oh, actually, it was all cool until I jumped a day in the past and then murdered him there, and then I time traveled back a day here. And that's how I killed him. I was listening to the Naruto soundtrack. Oh, with sunflowers. You're in deep, huh? And then used a kitchen knife. I'm gonna use a dumbbell. Yeah. They just use hammers. Like, they were all fairly useful. Doesn't have someone dying eating a Cheerio, I swear. Yeah, it was poison. Huh? Oh, this book! Well, that file wasn't the only one I received. This is another one. Let's see. It's the school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. It has information on our memories. Well, I couldn't find any clues about that, but it does have Hajime's info. Alright, it tells me that I'm part of the reserves. If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was in the reserve with no talent. It might be another one of his lies. I open it to confirm, and I realize something is strange. If it really has only my info, then why is the file so big? I'm just about being horny, and I think it's quite epic. You would think that's quite epic, sunflowers. As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied. Aside from my information, there was information about others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia, and everyone who died had pages about them too. The file contained info on all 16 of us, only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too. I turned the page containing my info and began reading. Okay, basic info, such as date of birth, height, weight. There's one thing that caught my eye, the words reserved for student. There was no denying it. I really was just a normal fucking person. But why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? Why? Why am I here with all the other ultimates?
Hey.
Did something happen, Hajime? No, I just found a strange file. The special prize. Yeah, your student profile should be in there. Not just mine. Everyone's. Nagito was a liar, Chiaki. Can you believe it? You mean everyone? Yeah, it's basic info, profiles. Does any of them talk about a traitor? Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me, peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here.
Yeah.
But
Why
unfortunately,
would I lie right now?
there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Did she think that I was just fucking with her? Wow, I really am in here, Hajime.
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there... These profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Maybe they were written there.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues
Where
from
did
them.
Calica hairpin go? It's on her left side.
Yeah, Seems like it.
Ah, hold on.
Huh?
See? It's right there. Wow. Oh, I just noticed it right now, but...
The file.
Look
His
at
name
it.
isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Whose?
What are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
Oh, shit.
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
Oh no, did we go too far? Have we passed the point?
No way!
So what if his name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you think he might be the traitor? She appears in the shot where she appears it. Yeah, well, it's on her left side, you know? So it's like just barely out of view, you just can't see it. It's not just because his name isn't written here. That's not the only reason I think he's sus. He was also mentioned in the first game. He participated in killing school life. For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about that,
bad.
it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. I hate you. I hate you so much. A different
You're
reason.
getting all riled up!
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation.
What the heck?
Well, you don't have to ask me that. You know the answer just by looking through these profiles, right? I turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing: the ultimate imposter! Oh my god, I swear, I can't escape fucking Among Us. That's that Byakuya's true identity. He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. The ultimate imposter uses they, he pronouns. Yeah, like it's immediately just like, yeah, he doesn't even have gender. It's like, oh, okay. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Although I'm not jealous of that at all. So it wasn't OG Byakuya. That's what it seems. That he was just pretending to be Byakuya. That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
so cool!
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Okay, so that is why we had thick Byakuya. Then he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it.
Oh.
Because that was his talent. Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. I'm explaining this to you, Hajime, because you clearly don't understand having any talents. Cosplay as a male, someone who refers to him as male. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can do anything else except rely on that. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating.
Anyway,
I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing
that's
to do with.
right!
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. And then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? He was too good for this world? True. I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in return for a long time, my life has been a living hell. It does sort of wrap it up more. It does kind of make him make a little more sense. Based on the context, if I had
No,
to guess,
no!
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope Peak Academy, you should have known about the Ultimate Imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memories. Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monomi, there is no way you should ignore Monomi or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there someone like that?
Of course!
Obviously, I wouldn't know. I made the file, so you guys couldn't find out.
B?
Someone over Shinako would know you. Oh. So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
Like there are 16 profiles, and there's the traitor's a spy sent by them, not a student from Hope's Peak. You made a fake profile for them and included it in here?
correct!
Well, it wouldn't be fun if you figured out who. Oh my god, he's literally playing me. I'm getting played by a fucking bear again. It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was.
Hey, hey.
We can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too. So yeah, Nagito didn't know either. Yep. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time.
Are
on
you
it, isn't it?
sure about this?
Wise decision. Time's up, you know.
Bye-bye!
Time's up. Wait. Excuse me. You son of a bitch, bear. Get back here. Ah. Ding dong, bing bong. Time's up. Too late. Time to go. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things?
Get fricked. You get fricked.
Well, personally, I
Go back
think
here.
time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up.
Time's up.
We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at
Huh?
Monokuma Rock.
Wait, the last class trial?
I'll see you soon.
Wait, it shouldn't be. Why is this one the last? There's the last class trial. He said that, right? He said the last class trial.
Yep.
I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe it? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending. Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still,
I can't imagine that it's the real end. I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. Is he still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all of this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once.
well,
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us. Okay. I guess I'm screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were focused on the fire, and I've only collected a few things.
but still,
You don't have to worry so much.
right?
Oh, we're not fighting this alone anymore. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. If we do that, things will turn out fine. I only know pain. I have only known fucking pain. Pet. Okay, we have pet. I fucking swear, if this is going to be another 10-hour long fucking trial, I'm going to die. Date with our GF was a flop. We still have 3 BFs though? What do you mean date with our GF was a flop? Do we got all of our guys? Only I can run away. Time to go to Monokuma Rock. Oh, I guess I still need to keep going. who are we supposed to go with? I think Chiaki was the only GF left at this point. Or, no, Sonya. We had at least one with Sonya, I think. Unfortunately. Where am I exiting to? There's one more chapter after this. How is this the last class trial? Sonya's sus right now. We can't date someone else exactly. We believe her to be the imposter.
Damn right.
It says wanting to date Fuihigo. Fuihigo's not sus.
Huh?
Fuihigo not sus right now. Isn't this it? Shouldn't there be more
Damn
people?
it.
Stupid fool!
Are you saying I like her because she's white? What? She's white, that's why I like her. I don't like Sonya, though. It's making me depressed. No, now you said it? Oh, you know what? Everyone clip it. White woman. It's gonna happen again. So you don't like her because she's white? Yes, Sonya is a white woman, and I don't like white women. Backtracking hunt? No, she's white. She's very close to British people, and I feel like that's a subclass of society that I can't see myself with. Everyone else, British people, French people, and that's the only way society's broken up into, okay? There's 3 types of people. French, British, and then everyone else. True conflict where we must doubt our friends. Wait, once we're through this, we can go back,
That's
right?
right.
He said so, didn't he? He said it's the last one? We've literally been tricked every single day. We have been lied to consistently for the last 3 weeks.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? He's making us do this.
You know, right?
You NASCAR the British. One German-sized deaf colonizer. Look, she's close enough to Britain that I'm calling it. If we can really go home after we deal
That's
with this.
right.
And she's a weeb, too. I can't do it. I can't deal with that. I'll definitely find out who the killer is no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops, because one day she's gonna find someone who kind of sounds like her favorite anime protagonist, and I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose to that, and I can't deal with it.
You...
Look at my stand? No, I refuse. I don't have a stand. Confirmed. Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? The feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking that it's Monokuma's trap.
Huh? Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far
Ah!
Hey,
I'll beat you up!
stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. I have finally realized after losing my powers, I've never realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal?
I
I do not really know, but she seems different from before. She seems more confident, which is good. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait!
Her eyes, she looked determined.
You...
Can you tell just by looking at those buttons? Well, make sure you turn off Minimar. It would be annoying if he started talking during the trial. No, that's not annoying.
But
He's
still.
helpful and cute. Somehow I understand what Monomi is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to last class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Alright, slurp me up, buddy. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Ride. I don't like the mechanical sound. I like to imagine the slurping noise, personally. Use our besties again, unfortunately. This will be the last time we do this too, right? Come on, guys. Last time, right?
Well,
I love it. Let's worry about things after.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial performance.
Damn it.
Anyone seen any cool, sugary snacks? The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. Oh, they're so empty. I know, there's like 10 people missing. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that without someone else offering like a very sweet treat. A sweet treat to beat the heat, you know? That's where you go swear when first start. Yeah, you keep on falling for the guys that's so easy to murder other people. Come on. Kazuichi could have just used a wrench at any point. Nagito was problematic in many ways. He kept on talking to me about the cucks and how he wasn't a soy boy and he was a high-value male. He was also a valuable asset during the trials, so we all kind of put up with him. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened to the ugliest trial room I've ever seen. Is that the light of hope or the light of despair?
Well now.
There were uglier trial rooms. Oh, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 left.
Shut the hell up!
Just start it already. Go on.
Hey!
It's a big ass tablet? No, you're just a small ass human being. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class
Yep.
trial? It sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm. Make sure you give it your all.
All right!
It's just advertised. Didn't I tell you? He said it! This is the end!
Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
Huh? Why would you say that? Witch Queen, I want you to think about the last thing that you sent in chat. Why would you say that? Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Do I hit the button? No. No, it's not fair. We set a precedent for not hitting the button for that. The ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. And then I realized he was a nice guy. A high-value male. But his true nature, his Cobra Tate shone through, held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. I can fuck girls, but they can't fuck other men. He said he believed in hope more than anything else, and that I was just an incel. But he hadn't had sex. He said he was yearning for powerful hope that can overcome my despair. He would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. Said he'd become a stepping stone for hope? I stopped listening a lot of the time. His way of thinking was screwed up, but there were some times that he was helpful. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it. But there's only 5 other people. There's no way we can end with this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. So that's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished up Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito, was me. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, look, we have a track record of liking demented men. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one has begun. I would like to save my progress. Man. Okay, let's set our skills because we have new things now. Okay, power of life and death we have. Easier to push through an opponent's argument. Effective rebuttal shut out. Yeah, okay, we already have that. Let you get your curse up. You do what you gotta do. You couldn't just leave it, could you? It's a good yes. And Silver Spoon. Okay, Silver Spoon is reducing the influence for when I miss during class trial, and Handiwork is doubling rewards. Anything else in here? Charisma? No. Okay, so we do have everything. So I guess we're done? Am I ready? Yes.
Now then, let's begin with a
Oh
simple
my god, it's literally
explanation
the
of the
last
class
trial. This
trial.
has more tutorial than fucking Yakuza like
During
a
the
dragon.
class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're
not tied up.
awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
Monami's not tied up. She's sitting on a stool.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Because you're a rabbit? A little bunny rabbit?
Chesto!
No! They think you could finish the game in 2 days, I feel? Potentially.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
She is very holding herself right now.
This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Okay.
The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagi.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Fellows.
Now
This is
that's
just
more
what he
like
wants.
it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Those aren't necessarily the same person. Inherent pronouns and first, not him. Nagito versus Dream SMP rap battle? Oh, that's awful. Fucking send that shit. Nagito versus the Dream SMP in a rap battle. That has to be amazing. Are they the same person, or...? Okay, torture wound, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushie, Monokuma panels, oil lighter, Monokuma as a
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
Who the
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Short
If
King?
so, the
No.
suspect
Rat King.
Hello,
is
Nagito,
whoever
let's go.
found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko!
What?
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
You could. Okay, why did the killer have to torture Nagito? You're not ready. We had 60 seconds. Is a necromancer too? Do what? Maybe a little bit. Okay. Were they really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did they torture him? I feel like they were to torture him to find the bomb. So then it would kind of make sense that Fuyuhiko found the bomb first, because then it's like Fuyuhiko is torturing him so he can get the bomb location out. So then it would be Fuyuhiko in that case, but I don't know if it's necessarily that it is for torture. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? Were the wounds on his body really caused by torture in the first place? I gotta listen to
The
some
killer
again.
didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's wrong.
That was an entire guess. That was fully a guess. Duct tape on torture.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Guys, he wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, exactly. See, that's my thought process. Is Nagito wouldn't have been able to confess to anything because his mouth was duct taped shut. Guys, come on. This was cool. This is elementary.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
They wouldn't have taped his mouth shut like that if they were trying to get information out of Nagito. How would they have heard
I'm
Nagito's
prepared.
confession? Oh, son of a bitch. That's not what I want to see.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Rebuttal showdown. Butcher wounds, burned ropes, rattle knife, duct tape, spear.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Right.
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Crap!
After they killed him.
pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bombs. Then, after they killed him,
Okay, no,
Damn
that is
it!
after they killed him.
like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the... Then, after they killed him,
Then, after they killed him.
Crap!
pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information. Then, after they killed him...
Fuck, what is this one? Okay. Found information about the bomb's location. We can cut through. But then after they killed him? Oh, hold on. And after they killed him... I don't think it's Monokuma plushie... Oil lighter? No, we just did oil lighter. Okay, hold on, let's go through that one.
Crap! Pay attention! This is how it went down! First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about... Then, after they killed him... Crap! Pay attention! This is how it went down! First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Got information about the bomb's location. Could be duct tape again? Okay, let's see if we can...
Crap!
Should we hear the whole stuff? That is it. That it's... And then they tried to kill him. Like, there's nothing...
Pay attention! This is how it went down! First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb. Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to cut through those words.
Are we just trying anything now? No. I was trying to figure it out.
There's no
I
doubt
knew that we'd get to
Nagito's
the last
mouth was
one.
covered
It was
with
just
duct
that we
tape
had to
before he was beat
do
up.
duct tape twice. It confuses me when we have to do the same one 2 times.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Because he sucked.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
First of all, yes. Second of all, I'm right. Are you in elementary school?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right?
Right.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
Right.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Why wouldn't he just, like, try to eat it, though? You can just try to, like, eat the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream.
I have no mouth.
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
I mean, the torture could have been strictly out
However,
of sadism.
if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did
These
not
tape-
need to hurt him with
people
such
that need
ferocity.
to get duct tape off their mouth. They did not need to hurt
They
him with such
probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Don't start sympathizing with the murderer. That's not what you want. That's not the look
Then,
you're going for.
are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
Probably.
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
Wow, whoever did this must have been really smart and honestly kind of handsome, but like still with the young, fresh look.
If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
Ooh.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Where are you, Sonia?
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Oh, wait, no, but we can use the panels for this one.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Exactly.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
It's almost as if we all set the
Based
fire
on the
together.
pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Oh.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Miss Sonia?
Damn right it
Okay.
is!
Reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. I would imagine to destroy evidence. There's Bird rope, spiral knife, duct tape, and this one might be oil.
The direct cause of the fire was
What?
the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that.
I agree. Opening the door with the panels caused the fire.
I also agree that
Consent.
opening the door is what started the fire.
Yes.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
I can't with her. As soon as I want to like Sonia, she says the most cringe shit in the world. It must have a dust devil blown here from glorious Nihongo. Oh my god.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
No, not weeb shit.
A
Real
huge number
life
of tipped-over
things.
Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line.
Some were.
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
That's one way to play dominoes, but the older generation knows another way
In
to play
place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse
Why didn't
door,
we get a drawing
the
this
first
time?
panel toppled into the second.
I thought it was the pizza? No.
And from there, they felt like dominoes
Never
until
was
they
the
reached the
pizza.
lighter at the end.
Domino's Pizza has workers that steal from them if I have anything to do with it.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
Yeah, it was. It was very obvious.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Okay, wait, what would have hidden the domino effect? The fire could have hidden it, or the... I would say the MP3 player probably helped a lot.
I see! You were talking about the MP3 player, right?
Yeah, you're talking about Ave Maria, right?
That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Right. That's exactly what happened. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright light. And within that, a loud hymnal Riddler-esque music was playing at full volume. You guys hear something? Yeah, it's really loud. Does Nagito like listening to depressing crap? No, not the music. As if on cue, it started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
By Debussy. Stop. I know what you're doing. Stop it.
Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
I'll open it slowly and kick down the door. Yep. It's not opening. Hey, something's blocking it. I have to knock them all down. I just gotta use a little more force. Yep. Bam!
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Classical booty popping pussy magnet bangers. Excuse me, I do enjoy them. Making me read Debussy. for a classical composer, that's where I draw the line.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
To the warehouse, guys. If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. The problem is, the killer couldn't have left.
I see!
How do they escape?
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
These kids are getting awfully good at solving crimes.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
I know.
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
Oh, are you saying that because you're trying to preempt you saying
You
you
don't
were
have
set
to
up?
think so hard.
No, it was you.
There's actually only one
fully
person
believe
who
it's
could
you.
have possibly done this.
There's only one person who could have done it? Chiaki,
You don't
say
mean-
less. Who? Wait, oh shit, she's saying it's Nagito. This murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Select someone. Okay, if there's only one person who could have done it, where's my boy?
This is my answer.
Was Nagito Komeda. Wow. Selecting
What
someone
if
right now
it was Nagito?
so quickly feels weird. This feels way too early.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
It was Ibuki. I could see Ibuki not liking him enough to do it.
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
This could have been
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
It could have been, and that's why we needed the spear that was slowly lowering itself. And that kind of answers why the spear's thing was bloody. Because it was his blood. But I still don't
His
see...
body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
All of those torture wounds could have happened by himself. The thighs are within reach. His dominant hand isn't hurt. That arm isn't hurt, but his non-dominant is? It was a weapon that didn't require another person?
Are you saying those
suicide as despair,
were
so he
all
wouldn't
self-inflicted?
commit it? I could see that.
But
Well,
Nagito
so that would be
might do
his own
something like
despair,
that.
which would
Don't you
require
think?
them to figure this out, which could be hope prevailing through the ultimate despair, which would be, in his eyes, his own death. I'm not saying that's what it is, I'm just saying that could be what it is. Like, Nagito might do something like that.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
I think the tying up is probably the most difficult
Even for
answer
a
to
creep
think.
like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Yeah,
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly
flexible?
impossible.
Well, okay, so if the knots are like nooses, then all it would require would be him tightening himself up. Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Which one's burned? Oh, we'll try out burned rope real quick.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Yes, I have noticed Teru's fork and knife, and I've also noticed that Mikan is also up and down, so it makes like the healthcare Red Cross. Our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct. Nagito should have tied himself up too.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Okay, so I think we're past oil lighter. It could be burned rope, but I think that has more to do with fire than rope. Going backwards, front tail. Front tail was funny. I don't know what she's expecting that to be. Okay, so I'm not going to agree with front tail or teeth, so I have to disagree, and if I'm going to disagree and prove that it's suicide, it'd be on the second one saying it's impossible to do that by yourself. Okay, let's try a burned rope on the second.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Ooh, wait. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself. Is there a way to tie your arms and legs by yourself? If so, I'd like to explain. It would be impossible to do it if you were by yourself. He could have had an accomplice in this murder. I was laughing at that already. No. She's the best comedic relief we have. Now, do it by yourself. Try demonstrating it right now.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs, tying both arms would be...
You couldn't do much with the... It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
If you were by yourself.
Crap!
Okay.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Oh, fuck. Whoops.
Or if you use your front tail?
Or if you use your front tail.
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Is that a dirty joke? Does the Monokuma plushie count as someone? Because then he's not alone. Did the Monokuma plushies have anything in them? No. They were just very... Look, if you consider the Monokuma plushie real, then no, I feel like that's like definitely another thing, right? Maybe I'm just being caught at the wrong point. Let's listen to the earlier ones. I don't think it's the last two. Let's listen to the earlier ones, see if I can take some.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Okay, tying up your own arms.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if
you were by yourself.
Okay, the game does not consider the plushie to be another person.
Crap!
Okay. Think about the state of his body and if he'd be able to do it. If he'd be able to do it? Well, so I don't think he would be able to do it by himself. Because he had all of his torture games. Okay, state of his body. I think torture wounds is one of them.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
That's not that one. I'm gonna shoot the first two.
Crap!
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
That's obviously tying just the legs, tying both arms
Would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible.
Do it by yourself.
Sometimes his torture wounds. It could be an agreement with Akane. I don't think it would be.
Crap!
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use a tail?
It's not that one. Well, I don't know about that. Coach Nekomaru's looked pretty strong. Excuse me? Coach Nekomaru's looked pretty strong. They're fucking. They're fucking. They have to be. I refuse to believe that they're not. Not his dick. Look, I'm just trying torture words, okay? I want to see it too. I want to see his front tail. Really? It'd be impossible to do by yourself. They don't consider Monokuma plushie. Okay. Think about the state of his body and if he'd be able to do it. You could use your teeth. Well, duct tape says that he can't use his teeth, but that's an agree. And then front tail, I have nothing for. It would be impossible to do it by yourself. I really don't know. On this one, I'm actually kind of lost. To spare everyone me going through all of the iterations. Can I get a little help? Is it helping time? I think so. I think it may be helping time on this one. Well, I never saw Nagito's, but I'm pretty sure his wasn't that big anyway.
Crap!
You're disputing how he got tied, so he might have done it himself. Try thinking one more. Okay, you're disputing how he got tied, so he might have done it himself. Okay, how would he have done it himself? So let's start there. How would Nagito have tied himself? Ooh, so he could have used knots. I do not think that. Yeah, I actually. So he only ended up tied in 3 legs, or on 3 different appendages. His right arm wasn't tied. How would he have done it? How would how would Nagito have done it? Can anyone think of a way to tie all of your limbs up by yourself? You would have to have another person there, because there's no way for him to do it by himself. But we're arguing that he is. I'll tell you if you need it. I think I need it. Like, because in my mind, I'm like kind of on the other side on this one. The game has convinced me thoroughly that it's impossible. How would you tie up all of your arms and legs? Dude. Maybe do the noose on something? Because that's what I'm saying. It's like the noose, but that's not really an option that we have. Burned rope on free Hiko? Okay.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. No, that's wrong!
I appreciate it, which means
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
Isn't that premise?
What?
Okay, the game has to
I mean,
walk
it's
me
no
through this
mistake
one.
that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
It shouldn't?
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Huh? Wait, what?
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Could he have set the...
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the rope... that the burnt rope on his right arm is a trap is... the lighter? Like, it's he being the lighter that set the fire?
Crap!
The lighter must have... No, that doesn't prove it.
Crap!
There should be other proof that shows the burned rope was a trap. His right sleeve.
I see!
Wait, what was on his right sleeve? Did we ever investigate that?
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
Okay.
That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
He burned the rope in advance.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, that we are solving a murder.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Sonia the entrepreneur.
That's definitely wrong.
Hiko the...
Fine. I just gotta
fun.
get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
A Benjamin? No.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
The knife is difficult.
It's impossible to stab a
Benjamin,
knife into your
$100.
right hand with
100
your right
USD.
hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me.
You
Give me
give
back
me
that
back
Benjamin.
Just 100? Just $100 to cop a feel? That is too much money. I'm not... $100 to touch a breast. There are women that will let you do that for free. No.
Hold
There
on.
are men that'll
There
let you do
should
that
be a
for
way.
free. There are men that would pay you to do that.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A little higher. A way to stab yourself in the right hand using only your right hand. There's definitely an answer. Okay. Which one? Burn rope, survival rope, anything to flush you blood on the girder, monoclinic No, I don't think so.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
It's not
Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
In fact, that Benjamin with some of the white noise. Okay, if he could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, how would he do it? Couldn't you just, like like I have my knife, I put it like on my body, or like I put it underneath my neck, and then just like stab my hand, right?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife
Would it be
expert?
stabbed on the floor? I don't think it stabbed through to the
Maybe
floor.
he
I think
propped
it's
the
just
knife
in his-
somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
I hate to think about
Propped
it.
it onto what? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Okay. Okay, so out of all of these, could it be propped up? It doesn't really have anything to be propped on. Could he throw it in the air? I really don't think that that has enough force to, like, stab your hand. See, I'm with, like, just tuck it under your neck and stab your hand, but... Okay, if he could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, how did we do? Could, blood on the girder is an option. Would that... I don't think that's quite it yet. How would he stab himself with the right hand? With the options that we have currently, he could prop it up on the plushie. Let's try that.
Even
Hold
if Nagito's right hand was free,
Monocle plushie.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand that?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow.
Yes.
I
prop
agree
on the
with that.
plushie.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Is that why?
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
I thought it was from the spear.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
Yeah?
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
That's some neat
But for a
trick.
moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his
Do
hand,
dolls' hair
he no
grow?
longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He was not. He was not doing something else with the Kuma hole. No one needed it.
Probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
Are you convinced?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
You sure? No. But I'm confident. And that's all I need to be in this life.
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
Yeah.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Was it not?
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution.
Yeah, I'm with Sonya
If you
on that
got
one.
penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Why did they use the language that they used? But you would die happily.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
I need to record it.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Knock that shit
Like
off.
she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Uh-huh.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand, while your left hand is
Your
tied
left
up.
hand's tied
So you're saying it's impossible?
No, not impossible.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
Going to jail. Straight to jail.
I also
Straight
agree
to
with
jail.
that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right?
You hush.
That's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Is it? I don't
If
think it
you
is.
even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Oh, Monomi's got plans.
Monomi sassing me.
Oh, he's stuttering now.
But
He wasn't expecting
It's just
this.
as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
See, this is why I try to stay silent during a lot of these, so I can get fucking sub messages that's it's just Sonya saying "Among Us."
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
You're gonna lead
As
the
Kazuichi
people
said,
by.
it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
Exactly. Do you gotta believe?
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to
Cringe.
believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
Really, Fuyuhiko? You really fucking think so? You a little dip fuck? You really think so,
But
Fuyuhiko?
you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said
Never
impossible.
said impossible. Improbable, maybe. Impossible, nay. Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
Come on, guys. Teamwork.
That's how.
Twice, 2 times.
We made it this far up till now.
The 2-time world champion.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then even now.
All right, let's do this.
Who's arguing? It's gonna be make your argument. Who's arguing right now? Torture wounds for grip, survival knife, blood on the left hand, duct tape. Whatever, this one's new.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
His left hand was tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail.
Why again? Why 2 times?
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
If he commits suicide, then he must have used the spear to stab himself. I hate it because I have to like remember some of the stuff that's said, and then that's said, and I don't remember. The only thing he could have used is.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail. I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Okay. So that rules out his left hand may also be untrue. He may have had use of his left hand. And then, like, as it's falling, he slipped it into his little thing, you know? So, I could disagree with that. Let's try disagreeing with he used his left hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear?
Be good for
Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
Come on.
But there was something off about his left hand.
Yeah, guys, come on.
The bloodstain on the palm of his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think
I
it
forgot
looks
about that
somewhat
part.
strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Come on, guys. Hop on board to the imagination station. Choo-choo.
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
So his palm, it was gripping?
I see!
He's holding something.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Akane, you have to let it go. He was not jerking it.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Or the cord that is attached to the spear?
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
Front tail. Maybe.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right. That's the
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
Why are you looking at me?
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
Oh, me neither.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Huh?
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think.
Maybe she doesn't say front tail. Maybe that's how Chiaki says. Maybe he was jerking it. Like, it's no mistake. Nagito was gripping the spear, you guys.
However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Come on, you guys. He was gripping and ripping with the best of the big boys. He was holding the cord.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord.
Yeah, guys, come on. It's the weirdest weapon
There was a metal
imaginable.
weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the
hand,
size
maybe?
of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Thank you, Akane.
And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki?
Yeah, how did he get it to fall?
I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito is gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this,
Tea time?
how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
Oh, what a great plan.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
It was straight up. Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that, that's it. Could it be the state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment? If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and the state it was in before it stabbed him. Okay, logic dive time. Oh boy. I thought we were gonna do Hangman's Gambit and all I was gonna have to do was just hanging, and that's all it is. Instead we're zooming. Question 1, where was the spear? It was under, it was above, it was in his left hand. I would say the spear was above him. Because it stabbed into him. Oh god. Oh shit. There, things are moving now. What? Cringe. Alright, question number 2. Besides the spear, what else was above him? A ceiling girder. So I feel like they're definitely teeing this up, or it was hanging above him and it got impaled by it later. What I do not know is how did it impale him and he still held it the entire time? Because even I don't fully get that one. Okay, question number 3. What item connects both the spear and girder the cord? Maybe? Well, it seems like he's like holding it and it's like, ah, yes, and then drop, but had... Wait, what? Oh, okay. We got there. I'm so curious as to how they connect all of this.
It's all coming together!
Complete.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Also that...
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Well, why
The
was
blood
there
on the
blood
cord
missing?
probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling.
How... So it would have like stabbed him, blood splattered, and then he grabbed it as the blood was splattering and falling, so it made the...
So, how about it?
That doesn't
Using
explain
this
the, like,
method,
blood.
Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Specifically that spear, yes.
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide?
Well, that seems to be what we're trying to say. We haven't
Every
had
single
an intermission
wound on his
yet.
body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
And keeping his mouth shut.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
Oh god, this is... Well, I guess being very dark
That's
is
why
fucking wild.
he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
That's our boy. And I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Oh, Sonia, I hate
Whatever
you.
became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. And tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are
haven't
right,
finished
I
yet.
suppose.
We're not done yet, and I know
Yes,
we're not.
it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
Someone's gonna say, wait a
That
minute,
should
though.
be okay, right? Right?
Someone's gonna say, wait a minute, I know it's coming.
You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
What? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume he commits suicide. Why do I feel so uneasy about it? Why isn't this trial over? Why haven't we had an intermission yet? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Just gonna make a real
Well,
quick save.
there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to
we
end it
ended
here,
huh?
That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island,
What?
right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Gotta save before two plus hour trial. I'm saving now because I don't want to like click something. It's like, oh, cool, everyone on the island died. Congratulations, bad ending.
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
It
Understood.
doesn't feel right.
Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Son of a bitch, Hajime, shut up.
Hold on.
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But
What?
the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
But
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
it's about all of this, the entire institution.
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide.
But
I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
oh, come on,
There's just
please.
one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
Here I thought we were done. Something related to his death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Okay. Torture wounds, him. Burned rope, him. Survival knife, probably him. Blood on his left hand, that's him. Duct tape is him. The spear of Gungner, that's him. Plushie, him. Blood on the girder, that's him. The panels were him. The oil lighter. The MP3 player. That could be him. Gas mask and gloves is him. The piece, the poison? The academy file. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the MP3 player.
crap!
No, this isn't it. Ah, fuck. He could. Okay, so what could it have been? Monomi's notebook, the gas mask. It's a round thin piece of aluminum paper, the poison, the file. Okay, due to the fact that the Monokuma file forged the traitor's profile, he couldn't influence the traitor.
Crap!
Wait, he couldn't. Wait, he couldn't have known who the traitor was. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't have messed with. What could he have not have tampered with? Well, he probably did tamper with the notebook. Not even he could tamper with. Okay. Poison, he could tamper with. The piece of... Okay, it's a round, thin piece of aluminum paper. Gas mask? The diary? Monokuma's account. He knew all along the bombs were fake. He couldn't have done anything about the bombs being fake, but he could have known. Secretly used one of the bombs. Fuck, what could he have not tampered with? Gas mask. Come on. Maybe it's Sonya's account? About the ancient ruins?
Crap!
No. Something related to his death and a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Sonya's account, Monokuma's account. He definitely messed with the notebook, or he could have messed with the notebook. Monokuma? That he knew the bombs were fake?
Crap!
No. Look, I have a lot of chances with this one. I will use my chances up here. Okay, gas mask and gloves. This doesn't seem very eye-opening. The poison? There's something about his death that even he couldn't. I paid for the whole chances. I'll use the whole chances. Look, I'm thinking about just starting like bottom up. Poison.
Crap!
No. Oil lighter. Okay. I have to pee to an ungodly degree. Y'all are gonna enjoy it. There's gonna be a timer counting down. Y'all will know exactly how long it takes. I'll be back. Oh god. Monokuma file. Okay,
I see.
Okay, cool. It's the Monokuma file. I always wait.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Wait, brain might be fried. There was no way I was thinking straight. I had to pee so bad. Okay, is it the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Alright, let's all open up the Monokuma file, you guys. Oh, April 28th. The victim is Nagito Komeda. Did I wash my hands? I always wash my hands, thank you. And I even dried them on my little anime girl towel. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stab in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each thigh, lacerations on his left arm, and a knife impaled through his right hand. Love that for me? Oh, it's great. You gotta love it. The suspicious part of the file that Chiaki's worried about. What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Hangman's Gambit. I'm getting a call from my father. 1 second. Need a toilet in a 1 sec? No. Absolutely not. I believe I've solved it to this point. Hey. Okay.
I got it!
Holy, this is heavy going. Girl, don't worry about it. Okay, I got it. Okay. I got a phone call immediately.
In this
It's like,
particular
hey, I
case,
need
is
you to wake
Monokuma
up really
file.
early tomorrow so
There's
we can
no
go do
specific
chores.
cause
I'm
of
like,
death.
okay. There may not be a stream tomorrow, but I'm trying to get my car fixed, so I will let everyone know on Discord and Twitter. If I don't go live, it is for that reason and that reason alone. In this particular case is Monokuma file. There's no specific cause of death. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, what's broken? My vehicle. Oh, exclamation point broken is whenever the stream crashes. Not only is there a spear stabbed through his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife in yeah, it is weird that they don't
Isn't
tell
that
you
weird?
why he died.
Until now,
They're like, what?
the files
specifically?
always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
It is
The
not.
spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
Well,
I plead the fifth!
the fifth?
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Well, then why are you talking
Even during
Monomi?
Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a
He's a
sec.
mischievous
Then,
little
are you
fella.
saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting again that his death
Please,
wasn't a
Thursday, if I
suicide?
don't continue tomorrow? It might overflow into Thursday. I don't normally decide that immediately. I try to keep it on a schedule. I'm suggesting again that his death wasn't.
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but...
Plus, I may still be able to stream on Sunday.
But it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily?
I hate Nagito. I hate him so
I mean,
much.
this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh?
I sure do.
Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Nagito has possessed us. It's the last thing I want. I don't want to be Joker brained.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You are right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
I want to die.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. That's what I believe.
That's my ninja way.
Aww,
Chiaki, this is why you're bullied in high school.
splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that you can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. And the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. So what's the mystery? Okay. We made it.
No,
halfway.
no!
My heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start. Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We wouldn't have done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did figure it out. Isn't that right, Monomi? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're alone in silence. So, Monomi and I are the bestest of friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much. Enough. Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Is trusting your friends so much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. Then, as your older brother, let me say this. You're not my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. It's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands. I fell for it. I took the man bait. We all did, Monomi. Get in line, sister. Trial resumed. Oh, are we group pissing? Oh, I'm glad.
I'm Monomi. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
That's about it.
So if
Why
we're
are we
working
still
together,
focused on
where do
me?
we start?
Can we move the scene?
With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
I mean, I guess we assume the fatal wound would be the spear?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
So that would leave the spear.
Are we finished already?
I feel like... it's possible that we overlooked something.
So someone could have poisoned him.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
And so it would be we would be able to hide the poison if we specifically like put duct tape over his mouth. It would be more
Exactly.
easy to
We should cooperate at a time like
surprise
this.
us, I guess. A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, 5th class trial, let's go. I'm halfway. We need to find out what it is no matter what. Which one's duct tape, blood on the grinder, oil ladder, piece of blue paper. This might be spoiled.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right?
Right.
It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Right, he didn't burn.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with
Yes. Poison. That bitch got poisoned.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility.
We all forgot about the possibility
If
of
the
poison.
cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison?
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Or wand, definitely with wand. There's a bottle of Monokuma's special
Poison?
poison.
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing.
It is for poisoning use only.
I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
Yeah.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
No. I would say there have to be poisons that are probably only used to neutralize. Let's do a suicide. What if he drank it due to the fast actingness, then was stabbed after? He could have. If it acted so fast, then maybe not. Because if it's like you have 30 seconds, then I don't think he would have time. He has too many things to do. In
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
Oh, the accuser.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
Cyberdyne trial 5 by poisoning who knows? Oh, I thought she was trial 4 because they made a big deal about the 4th trial being a suicide last time.
But there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of blood.
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
That is also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
I remember all of them. His hands were full, so
His
how would he
left
drink
hand
it?
was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
Well, it had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is
possible,
possible he
yes.
consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Yeah, okay, if it's too fast, then there's no way that he administered
Then
it
it's
himself.
impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
She is overvalued.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
See, at this point, I could see it still being a suicide, but it's one that would require
Hell no!
assistance.
No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered his body, the answer is written in the warning. I should think carefully and try to remember it. Fuck, this is the logic test. I know it. Okay, what was on the warning label? Let's try and think back. Now Chiaki. Oh fuck! Whoops. Can't read chat and do this. This is a no chat moment for myself. No 8 p.m. racism party. I'm watching y'all. So what state was the poison in when it affected him? It would have been a liquid. It's either a liquid or a gas. Okay, so it would be gaseous then. No chance I'm quick. Oh boy, my favorite emote. It's truly the best one. So it would have been a gas state? Oh, because it had to be cooled to be a liquid. Almost got me there. Fuck. We are getting interesting. Alright, question 2. How did the poison enter his body? Through his nose, through his mouth, or through his wounds? If it's a suicide, then it would be through his wounds. Nope. Through his nose? I mean, I guess I could see it through his nose. Would he just breathe it in? Okay, honestly, I thought that Fuyahiko's, like, boyfriend help thing was gonna be pretty lame. It is insanely helpful. Fuyahiko's boyfriend magnet help thing that heals us has been infinitely the most helpful thing at this point.
It's all coming together! What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Because I'm trash? Look, it's helpful either way. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The sprinklers, maybe. The reason we didn't breathe it in. Okay, I'm saying...
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Webcam covers so we don't know how low it is. Oh, yeah, I like to hide all of my vital information. Because
Well,
it's always in the top right
this
hand
was
corner.
also written on the poison's warning label.
The gaseous state is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis!
Yes, hydrolysis.
The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Your body is like 70% water. That seems like an issue.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
Maybe?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning.
Was poison.
The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right?
Honestly,
Then enough
thank
already.
you, Kazuichi. Thank you. I appreciate this.
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death.
Being poisoned.
All right. All the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
How did he get poisoned?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
How did the poison get there? Not all mysteries have been solved. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Okay, the motive doesn't matter. The motive doesn't matter. It's always hope. It's always been hope. Nagito's motive has always been hope. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? What was his real motive? No. How did the poison get there?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
You know. Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that
There
can't
might
be.
have been an accomplice.
I think there is an accomplice. I don't know how, but I think there is one.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse,
Says motive, he
it's
probably
strange that we
overheard it.
couldn't find it there.
Oh, did it? Oh, interesting. If Nagito brought poison, it's strange we couldn't find it. If he brought poison, it would have been left behind in the meat on the bone. Oh, the thing that would have been left behind is the container.
I see! Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
It was the meat on the bone the whole time.
Yeah.
It was the meat we met
If
along the way.
Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
It's always the
He
meat.
can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, it's highly
Yeah,
volatile
that was
poison.
written on the warning label.
Keep it secure by storing it in a cool place or in a glass or plastic in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Yeah.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice. That is impossible.
Well, even then, an accomplice doesn't get to win.
I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
None of us are ever in the mood for unexpected twist. Kazuichi, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt, but...
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us.
Oh my god.
By calling this
Oh my
Nagito's
God.
suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like,
Set.
"So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts
Be out
beyond
of
death,
here.
huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
It's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
Oh, no.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right?
Yeah, it's all
Even
still
if we
the
solve
same.
this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
Yes, that is correct and true, but it would potentially find
I
out
mean,
like who the traitor
it'd
is.
be a suicide regardless, right?
It is still a suicide, and the accomplice isn't in charge.
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is?
Ooh, Sonia, you saying
Like
that?
Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But
Could've been an
I just
accident.
can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
You and that tree.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akira said just now might be a new clue. From here, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as the container was a hangman's gambit. Fuck. Eh. Fire. Fire. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Was it a fire grenade? Fuck. I need those A's.
I got it!
There's no game that's being hacked. Only maybe a little bit. Only maybe a sus little bit.
I see. I got it.
Oh, we see, we got it. Just in time for us to end tonight, because there's no way that we are finishing this fucking thing in the next hour. Okay. Okay, that'll be the end of us for this evening. We have reached the allotted time, and this shit's gonna be another 2 fucking hours, so we're gonna get an entire stream for this. So, ideally, I will see everyone tomorrow. If I do not, I will see you all hopefully on Tuesday for your Tuesday with JT, a full one this time. I'll likely do art on Thursday, and we will continue doing Danganronpa on next Saturday and Sunday. Alright, I will call it an evening there. I do hope you all have an amazing night, and I will see you all later.